Referee Sam Perkins blows the whistle and we're underway. Barrett goes back to Scars. He goes down the line for Kozolo. Scars then whips the ball forward, looking towards the head of Dooku, but met in the air by number 6 for Solihull, Alex Gudger, and it apparently hit Dooku's head and out for a Solihull throw-in on the far side. Goes down the line. This is a nice big player to, if you want to aim the ball up.
Yeah.
He's, looks like he's going to be a real handful for... Looks like he's on the right side at the moment, doesn't it? So,
yeah.
Interesting to see if he stays over there and occupies Joe Scars, or he's on the bigger and the bigger defenders in Matty Brown and Nathan Clark. As Ferran comes down the line and then headed back out there. So he'll just making a few yards on the far side of the pitch as the throwing comes into the box. And Matty Brown just heads it behind for the first corner of the game. Only 50 seconds in. And
just went over Scar's head that ball. I think he did try to head it away, and then Brown cleared it anyway, but any danger.
Danny Wright was looking to get in behind Matty Brown there, but ever reliable captain just nodded it behind. And so he'll have a chance to put the ball in the box. You mentioned Carter's delivery. He's gone over to take this one. Pretty much everyone inside the 6-yard box, but a few players
shoved there on.
I think he actually stood on Wright's ankle and just tripped over there, did Michael Duckworth.
The mud there, occupying the penalty box. There's a lot of going. They're very compact, Solihull.
Yeah, there's five Solihull players all around the 6-yard box. As Carter's ball comes in, swinging it in towards goal. And well held by Sam Johnson, who's going to look to get this out quickly. But Blissett just steps in front of him to stop that quick counter-attacking movement. Dooku's shaking his head as he wanted that one being played as soon as possible. Johnson's kick is a low one, but it does make it over the halfway line, and Story just knocks it back to his fullback. Goes down the line to Wright back in field to Story. Going to look to control the play from the centre of the pitch and spread it out.
Not a bad ball.
To number 12, George Carline, who seen there a few times this season, can be quite a handful.
Getting Carter with the I was about to phrase that pass in just wide, but you look out for his crosses today.
Yeah, for Carter and Story, they look to get on the ball whenever they can and just spread it. So you've got Carline, you've got Wright, you've got Blissett, all running around up there with Hawkridge just in front of them. So it's going to be a lively attacking display from Solihull, we believe. Duckworth throws down the line, Dooku flicks on, then punted up in the air by Story, and Dooku can't reach the ball in the air, and it falls out to the Solihull left back.
Rexford sends it forward there. Not a bad ball.
Looking for that big target man of Blissett, and it hits Clark in the face on the strike. Clark holding his nose, but still manages to clear the ball away.
Yeah, just checking for a bit of blood. And he wins it again.
Then he goes back up and wins it in the air. And, much to the delight of the Shaman fans, he's done very well there as Nathan Clark. Rodney finds Kozlo, and Kozlo's driving over halfway line, running at the centre-back. Kozlo 1-on-1. That's a poor tackle from Liam Daly. Kozlo, fantastic running with the ball. That's what he likes to do, doesn't he? He likes to get on the ball, run at defenders, and
not afraid to cut inside. I always see that so much from Matty Kozlo. Very quick.
Probably should be booked here.
But maybe referees have this thing, don't they?
A bit early on.
No, he's reaching.
He's gone to his pocket. I think it's a yellow card.
Yeah, that's deserved that. He can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's 2 yards outside the box. He just brought down Matty Kozlo with quite a poor tackle, really, and Halifax off a free kick in a very dangerous position.
Just outside of the D.
Looks like it's going to be Rodney who's going to take this on his right foot. It's slightly to the left of the goal as you look at it, so it's perfect for a right foot to hit. Mar has had a few free kicks recently, but Kozlo has also scored some this season. So,
Mar stood over it as well to the other side.
I believe it is going to be Rodney that's hit it. Yeah. Referee Sam Perkins.
A few town plays in the wall as well. Kozlo's making himself known in that.
Yeah, and Dooku in there, so maybe they're just looking for the rebound. So here comes Rodney on the right foot, strikes it. Oh, the tap from here, it looked like it was in. I was really celebrating as well. It's a fantastic effort from the number 35, Devontae Rodney. It's just wide of that right-hand post, and good effort.
It's a decent start.
Got a lot of curl on that free kick. There wasn't much power on it, but the placement was nearly superb, and just gone wide of the post. Would have been a fantastic start, scoring inside 5 minutes. Devontae Rodney has scored 2 goals in his Shaman career already. As the long hit from Boot finds the head of Blissett. Carline then flicks it over to the far side with Hawkridge. Hawkridge up against Scars, cuts back, then goes back out to the byline, digs the ball into the back like Carline.
What a save.
Fantastic
well done.
save from Sam Johnson there.
Lovely. Did really well there. The ball wasn't, it wasn't the most powerful head, it was looping flat. It was from close range. Sam got a very, Johnson got a very solid glove to it.
He's gone back from where the ball came from.
Yeah.
The cross didn't have any power on it, so Carline had to really use his neck muscles to try and get anything on it, really. And Johnson jumped back towards the far post and tipped it round the corner for a Solihull corner, and in it comes from Carter, swinging towards the near post, and it's headed away by Narmar. Back up to Carter. Carter again gets it into the box. Bishop flicks it on, and it's a free header from 2 yards out with Alex Gudger.
There. So he's free. No one picked him up. Just
he sort of went to head the ball too early, and it's just hit his shoulder, didn't it? And it's gone wide.
I think Matty Brown's now talking to Scarsy and Clarkey, trying to sort out that situation, because he was a free man from close range. If he'd got that on target, it would have most likely
been inside the 50-yard box.
Yeah, exactly.
Any sort of real contact, and it's troubling Sam Johnson, but goes wide, and Sam Johnson can kick this one long, so chances for both sides early on, really.
Yeah, exactly. Bit of an end-to-end game. Costello puts pressure on again, forces them back to the keeper. Of course, there is 26 points separating us and Solihull.
Yeah, they are flying high, right near the top of the table as Blissett nods one down for right. Scars swings the foot out and gets it clear, only as far as Vaughan. So him and Scars is heading it between each other, but right feeds Blissett, a long cut to Clark, just to sweep up the danger and knock it out before a throw-in on that far side. Looks like when we're attacking it is a 4-3-3 for the Shaman, isn't it? With Dooku more central, Kozlo on the left and Rodney on the right. But then when we're defending,
I'm going to have to get this out of the way. Then Dooku trying to force his way through up the top. That's
I knew
Star
you
Wars
wanted to get it in.
For anyone.
In comes Carline's throw-in, and Nathan Clark with a free header heads it back from where it came from, and Carline can have another chance to lob this one into quite a long throw-in. I knew you wanted to get that Star Wars reference.
There we go.
Dooku. There it is. Sorry if anyone cringed at that, but
I don't blame them.
In comes the throw-in from Carline then, and Staunton just flicks it on and out of the box, and then Rodney can hold on, and he spins his man very well. He's running up against Retford. Rodney here cuts inside with a nice bit of choice and goes. It's all the Barrett in the box. Barrett's got to sort of feet out.
Oh! Good thing that was the keeper did that come off then, or
no, I think it actually hit Vaughan in the end. Vaughan was the only man back. And,
he made a driver into the box, a nice little step over. He cut inside, drove through, and then the shot ends up in a Shaman corner on this near side.
Good defending from Vaughan, really.
Give him credit.
The cross in from Rodney hit Vaughan, fell to Barrett, who you don't see getting attacking positions very often, but he found himself just outside the 6-yard box, and Vaughan threw his body in the way. It's gone out for a corner, which Joe Scars will take. That's his first corner of the game. And, Joe Scars is going to swing it in towards the far post. Matty Brown leaps, but it's headed away by a Solihull man and then cleared further by Carter. And, Duckworth smashes it back to Johnson as it rolls through that sandy patch in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, it'll take a few balls.
Johnson's long hit goes forward, and Brown lost the header, and then it fell towards Kozlo and Carline. I think they just tangled feet, really, didn't they?
Kozlo complains, but they do get the free kick to Solihull.
Yeah, so
even if they do lose today, Solihull, they lose the rest of their games, so Solihull would still get their best ever finish, which is 12th in the National League, which is testament just how well they've done this season as the set piece goes in. And he went to the shot and
hit a crossbar. I tell you what, that is a fantastic.
How many yards is that there now?
From Saw, right? Just saw Johnson off his line. He's arranged his defence, really, wasn't he, on the edge of the box? And Saw just thought, you know what? I mean, it was what, 45? Well, just inside that Halifax half, and Johnson looked troubled. I don't know if he was. Hit the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. So another good opportunity there from the men in red and black. But the crucial thing is the scores are still at 0-0. Dooku wins ahead of it. It falls to Hawkridge. Hawkridge looks down the line for Blissett, but Scars cuts it out, knocks it out for a throw-in. Looks like it will be Vaughan over on that far side to take it. Goes down the line looking for Blissett, but again, Scars gets there first. Dooku wins the ball in the air, but it falls only to the Solihull centre-back, who goes for a long diagonal towards Carline, but it's easily caught by Sam Johnson.
All the other National League games are 0-0 at this point in time. Gateshead against Alves has been cancelled, as well as Leyton Orient against Eastleigh.
Yeah, Chesterfield did beat Sutton 3-0.
Yep.
In the early kick-off in the
National League too as well, the former Town man.
Well, the first one was a bit debatable. I don't know if it was him yet, but
he took the credit for it though.
Yeah, and we will be keeping you up to date with the scores around the league for the rest of the game. As a referee just having a little word with Cosmo there, he thought he kept the ball in play, and referee Sam Perkins doing a good job just telling Cosmo to calm down as he kicked the ball away. There, but it'll be Vaughan with the throw-in on the halfway line, looking for the header right, and linesman had his flag up as soon as the throw-in came in, and I think Wright had his hands all over the back of Cosmo, really. Not a foul you really need to make there.
Yeah,
he's not a small lad, is he, Wright, and he shouldn't be winning the header over Cosmo, but saying that, Cosmo's scored in the last game, exactly. Scored a header, so no matter what your size, you can always win headers.
Yeah, I'll take that as a man of short stature myself.
As Joe Scars has
away,
throw in on the halfway line. Just over 10 minutes played here at the MBR Stadium. It's still 0-0. And the ball smashed back out of play. But
the scare cuts on there.
Did go very high, that one, didn't it? And it's fallen back into Joe Scars' arms, who's going to have another chance to throw and go to infield to Josh Staunton, who just spreads the play to Duckworth, who's had a good run in the team since really end of January. He's been in the starting 11, and he's played very well at right back, made the spot his own. And Niamar can't control that pass from Rodney, and it just goes out to Hay for a throw in for Solihull, which Rexford will take on this near side. Blissett tries to flick it on to Carline.
Again, does well.
Again, clears up to Dooku. Dooku using his strength well and trying to slip away from two players, but it's intercepted by Story, and now Cosmo can drive it his man once again. He's won a free kick from this situation before. Hits it, and again, it's just wide of that
same post.
Far post, and a very good effort because they drove it in there. I think that's the second time this game has really drove at the centre-back with the ball, got to the edge of the box, and
he had options outside really, but we know more often than not Costello's a real catalyst for starting attacks, and he showed it again. He did have a wee bit of time to take the shot. There was pressure coming up.
His shot,
it's not a bad effort.
Just wide.
Positive stuff though for the shin.
As the long kick is towards Blissett, as it is every time for Solihull, and up towards the right, he controls it on his chest and steps away from Barrett, out to Hawkridge. Goes infield looking for Blissett, but Matty Brown wins the ball. Then spread out towards Carline, and Duckworth's got a decent defending here, but he goes back to Rexford. Rexford with the ball in, and Clark can clear to Niamar. Niamar steps away from one, but the ball falls to Carter. And then Rexford gets it into the box again, and Scars heads it up more than out, really. Barrett flicks it away some more. Niamar controls it on his knee, and then gets the ball clear eventually.
Good clearance as well.
Showman. So
has to flick it from behind. It looks like he's been held there, but it's a good ball.
It's a great ball from Barrett and Dooku, from goal. Barrett down on the keeper. What's he going to do here? Dooku. Yeah! What a goal from Halifax Town. Fantastic ball from James Barrett, and he finds Manny Dooku. But you're not doing any style.
No, well, cancel that out. And you know what? Sometimes when you have all that time, it makes it harder to score. And just kind of a lob, cheapy shot past the keeper, loops it over him. And good goal.
The keeper, Ryan Booth, didn't really come out.
No, exactly.
Dooku had so much time, and like you said, sometimes that puts a bit of doubt in your mind whether what you're going to do with the ball, and he smashed it into the roof of the net, really.
Yeah.
1-0 to the Shaman. Manny Dooku getting the opening goal of the game, his second in a Halifax shirt. Credit really to the defence there.
Yeah.
Have to
all started from Maz. Quick clearance. It was a good clearance to get it up into the middle of the pitch in the first place, and of course Solihull now looks to attack straight away.
Blissett getting into the box, but cleared away by Brown, and then Cosmo again toe pokes it further as the first goal of the 3 o'clock fixtures goes to Halifax Town.
Yeah, lovely stuff. couldn't have wanted, dreamt of a better start against second place in the league.
To be fair, they've had chances.
Yeah.
We've had chances because they've going wide, Rodney going wide, but Dookie finishing his chance is all that we can ask
it's
for.
definitely the better chance as well.
Yeah.
He ran from just after the halfway line. He had loads, acres of space, and
good work from Rodney.
Finish
as well.
was great. Yeah, definitely.
He held the ball up, knocked it back to Derek, and it was a fantastic first time ball down the line. As Halifax has the ball back after Solihull commit a foul throw-in. And Duckworth retrieves the ball as the ball goes down to the right side. Great pass from Duckworth into Narmar, who gives it to Storm and looks to swing it forward towards Rodney, but it's cleared away by a Solihull man. And then Wright just runs into Clark as Clark goes to head the ball. And Clark wins himself a free kick. And I believe Johnson's going to come out with his goal and take it. And Bromley have just taken the lead away at Braintree. So they're 1-0 up there in Essex. So 15 minutes gone. Obviously, we've just had our first goal of the game. What are your thoughts so far, George?
Yeah, it's been an even game, pretty end-to-end. But I've been really impressed with the way we've managed to shepherd ourselves, apart from that one chance where they had the free header through Goodger, I think it was, who got that chance. I've been really
impressed. It falls to Duke on the edge of the box again. Doesn't shoot. Maybe should have had a shot on his left.
Yeah, possibly.
He's apologising to his teammates because maybe should have had the shot as the ball first fell to him. Just sort of fell to him inside 17 yards. It's been a little bit wide. And
something out of nothing there, really. All happened so quick. We were just discussing how compact we were, and then it's a corner on the far side for shame. And is that Scar's
going to take it again? This one's going to be an outswinger, and I'm sure it's going to go to Brown or Clark at the back post. Floated in.
It's gone down in the box, and
Clark's gone down. Yeah. But the referee's given a free kick against Clark, and I believe Carter and Clark just clashed. And referee's probably going to favour defence there, isn't it?
Definitely.
But going back to that Dooku chance, then it just sort of fell to him quite wide of the goal, but probably was an opportunity to hit the ball on his left foot, but opted against it, tried to cut it back onto his right, and by then the chance had sort of gone. He just hit his shot, quite weak shot with his right foot, but made a corner out of it. And now Boot has a chance to smash this long with his free kick. Right towards Wright and Blissett. Blissett nods it on. Carline then infield to Wright, holding off Stornan, but then the pass from Wright isn't. Him and Carline not really on the same wavelength there, and the ball just rolls out of play. For a goal kick to Sam Johnston. See, Norwich
will be the first win as well if we do hold on. I don't want to curse it. That we have this season against Solihull. Obviously, the high-flying Solihull. We can't emphasise how good this team has been this season.
We did mention earlier there's been 3 games. This is the 4th already this season, and it would be the first win for Halifax in that. Obviously, there has been 2 draws, so that's positive results against the high-flying team.
Solihull recently with 3 wins and 2 losses, so they're not actually in the best of form. Though the recent result was a 2-1 victory over Braintree. The ball just filters out for another goal kick for the Shaman.
That was a nice kick from Sam Johnson. He had Rodney and Dooku to aim at, and it just sort of fell towards Coselow's head. Out of them 3, he's probably the least likely to win a header. But he's got another chance now, and I'm pretty sure he's going to swing it out towards Dooku, who's gone right over to that far touchline.
All the players have bunched up on the far side.
Because Barrow just taken the lead against Harrogate, so they're 1-0 up in that game, and the ball does go towards Dooku, but it's one in the air by a Solihull man that falls to Blissett, who just steps away from Staunton. So Josh Staunton actually having his first start in this team since December, so he's had a long period on the sidelines. He's been injured for a bit, and has to be patient to get back into the team. Fair play to him. He's played well so far. As Brown heads it up towards Dooku. Dooku's touch on his knee, maybe not what he really wanted, and the ball forward towards Wright is just shepherded back to Sam Johnson by Nathan Clark, the ever solid Nathan Clark. As Brown goes forward towards Rodney. Rodney gets a little shove in the back, but almost falls through to Dooku, and Dooku and Daly just sort of 50-50 there. And fortunately for the number 5 falls back to his keeper, and Solihull can start an attack.
Loses out there to Blissett. Back to it just ricochets off his foot and goes into the path of Colin. Colin plays it into the middle, and the shot just fell over.
Sort of a looping effort from Carter, wasn't it? Just sort of was leaning back quite a lot when he hit it, and the ball just span wide of the far post. I think Johnson had it covered, though, to be fair to him.
He's looking for a bit of grass that isn't completely submerged in mud there in his own box. He places the ball down.
To be fair to him, when I was there, when I was on the pitch forking it 2 weeks ago, it was absolutely dreadful, and you can see just like
the improvement.
But I mean, it's not fantastic. We're not going to say it's fantastic.
No,
there's a lot of mud down there.
We've talked about the sandcastle area in the middle of the pitch. You might go on with some fish and chips later. Have a sit down if it's still warm. But
it goes sort of mud, sand, mud again.
There's
a bit of grass in the Solihull half at the moment, but
like we said, we do obviously share the shade with the rugby club, so it is difficult.
That's a big reason.
But a testament for the groundsman for managing it rather well under the conditions and circumstances.
Down the line towards Blissett is cleared away by Barrett, and Rodney will chase that as Boot.
Put pressure on the keeper to force that out, and a throw-in on the near side for Shaman.
That's what you want to see from your striker, though, just running down, chasing loose balls, and put a lot of pressure on Ryan Boot there, who sort of panicked.
Yeah, we've not took our foot off the gas, which is good to see.
Yeah. Duckworth has a throw-in just over the halfway line. Flower's not happy that he took it inside the Solihull half. He thought the ball went out just inside the Halifax half. A Staunton's header is a loose one, and Blissett can break over the halfway line. Knocks it back to Story. The captain swings the ball out towards Carline, and Duckworth heads it, but it's fallen to Carline. So he goes back to Carter. Apologies if you can hear the wind at the moment. And Story swings it out towards Rexford, but good defending again from Duckworth.
Oh, and he's done it again on this near side.
That's a Alex Gudger. That is an appalling
him in the back on the halfway line. He wouldn't beat him with the legs, has he?
Yeah.
I looked like I just saw a bit of a hand on his back, but
JJ Phillips not good, you know. No. It's the other centre back.
Oh, hang on a minute.
No.
Because it won't be a red because there were a couple of defenders slightly ahead, but
will only be a yellow, surely, for.
Again, similar to the position how we scored that, the way we broke on this near side with such pace. And
Rodney just spun his man expertly. Literally didn't even touch the ball, just let it run across his body, used his strength, and both Solihull centre-backs now on a yellow card, and
they have to be careful, they can't be doing that again.
I'm sure Kozilo, Suku and Rodney will be looking to take advantage of that as we progress in this game. As Bromley have taken a 2-0 lead at Braintree, so they're doubling their lead. As Duckworth ball in towards the edge of the box isn't very good at all, really, but Clark wins it in the air, and Carter then cleared. Scars, calmly just knocks it down to Kozilo, who looks to swing it down the line to Dooku. But then Scars does that instead, and Dooku is onside. Gets the ball across, just over the foot of Rodney, and
fantastic.
The number 35 there, Devante Rodney, applauding his strike partner for a fantastic cross into the box. Just looked like it was running out of play, and Dooku swung a left. Maybe he should have had that shot earlier on the left foot if he got that sort of connection with that cross. Fired the ball across, and it's just over the foot of Rodney. So Naimar wins the header in the middle of the pitch, and then Matty Brown clears to Kozilo. Kozilo with a nice touch, and then flicks it over his man. That's fantastic from Matty Kozilo.
And the effort's not quite so, but
saw his name in stars there, thinking Matty Kozilo is a fantastic bit of skill to flip the ball over the head of Lee Vaughan, and he thought, I'm going to hit this on the half volley.
Yeah, he had quite a lot of space, I don't blame him.
He likes to go on his right foot normally, but there he hit it on the half volley with his left foot, and it always rises and hit the flag behind the goal. So another chance really for the Shaman, sort of a half chance that one, but it was a good play.
He could have took it down, he had a few in support, but I think I would have liked to see the shot be dispatched there.
Yeah, he set it up for himself, so why not have a go as Staunton wins the ball in the air, goes up down the far side for a Lee Vaughan throw-in, and Ebbsfleet have just taken the lead against Maidstone, and Hartlepool have taken the lead against Wrexham at the top of the table, so Wrexham dropping points at the top, so Solihull will be looking to capitalise on that.
Yeah, exactly.
At the moment they are behind, so
thankfully.
Two teams at the top of the table, towards the top of the table, losing at the moment. Vaughan's throwing down the line is won by Blissett, and then cleared away by Staunton, and Rodney's going to use his strength again. It just bounces over his head, and Gudger gets it forward. towards right and
given the on-ball,
bounce off the sand and that.
I just made that sandcastle. He's destroyed it now.
The bobble on the pitch was actually a sandcastle that Matty Brown made earlier and bobbled up and hit.
But he was stood earlier admiring it, I think.
Yeah, we saw him before the game. That's what they were doing, yeah. As Clark's ball down the line is towards Rodney, is won in the air by Scudger. And Corkridge just calms him down and goes back to Daly. Daly down the line towards Blissett, who keeps it in play well, flicks it on, but Barrett controls it just in front of his captain, and then Matty Brown swings it out.
Tangle there.
Yeah, towards Rodney.
Rodney just falls there on the pitch, looks at his elbow, and thinks of the sand and mud had flicked up in his mush there. But
slip both on the pitch.
Yeah, he just sorting out his nose there as the ball's played long into the town half.
Well won in the air by Matty Brown. Nathan isn't an easy man to win the ball against, and the ball was smacked down the line towards Dooku, and can't quite control it. It's out of play for a throw-in right by the corner flag, which left back Jamie Rexford will take.
It's great to see a fairly solid defensive performance from the Sherrington. You know, Matty Brown was talking about how they've really settled into this shape with the likes of Staunton just sitting in front of the defence, and his partnership with Clark is obviously a formidable one. Two strong centre-backs we've got, and it's great to see that we've, again, not took our foot off the gas, stayed compact, and like I said, apart from that one chance they had where they had a free man, we've really done well against one of the best teams in the league so far today.
Well, yeah, it's not normally Josh Staunton sitting in that house. Normally Noah Mars, to be fair, and Noah Mars pushed out to this right-hand side a bit more in this game, and Staunton sitting in that hole.
The formation it provides support in both defence and attack as the ball's played long down this near side.
And there is Staunton doing his job just in front of the back ball. Winning it in the air ahead of Blissett, and Wright bows his head down to try and win the header. But
Mar forced him to do a bit of a poor pass.
Yeah, Carter's ball
tried to loop it in.
Easily dealt with by Johnson, who goes out to Scars quite quickly. Scars then plays the ball looking for Rodney, who sticks his thumb up to the left back. But, cut out by Carter. Brown again wins it in the air, and Barrett knocks it down to Narmar. Narmar then back in field to Barrett. Good football by the Shaman, and played out towards Duckworth. Duckworth then down the line to the feet of Rodney. Rodney steps inside, looks for the ball towards Foslow on the far side, but maybe didn't see the ball over there. Carline then just knocks it back to Carter. Carter then turns away from Rodney, and Narmar applying the pressure, forces him to swing it down the line towards Carline, and gets a good flick on it towards Bishop, that's cleared away by Clark. Staunton then doing his job in front of their defence, and wins it ahead of Carline, and Barrett just knocks it back to Scars. Scars up to Dooku. Dooku getting his body in front of Daly, but then he then fouls
too much.
The captain.
What's happening here now? Just one of the centre-backs, I'm not sure it is.
No, it's Vaughan, I think.
Vaughan.
Right back, just wrestling.
Grabbing his arm not very happy because he was just walking in front of the ball, not letting him take the free kick quick, and I think he's just having a bit of the word with the ref there, and it's all sorted. They're ready to take this free kick, which is on the halfway line.
Dooku come back to help defend at the far post, and in it comes from captain, and nodded away by Matty Brown. Just in front of the penalty spot, And
Duckworth just tried to pass it to Cosso there, put a bit too much and to get the throw in on the far side, but it's played short to Storer. Storer's looking for a long ball. It looks like a set piece. He had all the time to put it in. It does go in fairly deep.
One in the air by a Solihull man. It falls to Blissett.
Tried a bit of an overhead kick there, but straight over Johnson's bar.
Matty Brown putting him under pressure there, and he's sort of falling back, wasn't he? Blissett, sorry. And ball flies well over the bar.
Yeah.
And it will be a goal kick to Sam Johnson. There's Barrow 2-0 up against Harrogate now, so they've doubled their lead in Barrow.
Of course, we've got 2 more home games as well coming up at the Shane. If it stays like this, it's proved some great momentum for the Shane. And it's been a kind of a fortress this season defensively for the club. But it's a decent idea, and he's got his pinpoint ahead lock. He's gone the other way. I don't understand that decision. Rodney was being more or less headlocked there by Rexford. He's giving it the other way. Maybe there's arms both ways. Rexford. Well, like I say, they're arms both ways, and then he puts him in an headlock, and they've won that. So,
to be fair, they were running with he was running with as he was in a headlock, so fair play to stay on his feet.
Yeah, well done, Rodney.
But the long ball forward by Boot is one in the air by Blissett. Brown then climbs over right and then clears away to Carter.
Literally climbed over him.
And plays it out to Retford, who swings the ball in over the head of right.
Oh,
what a block from Matthew Brown.
Well done.
Absolutely threw his body on the line there, and that just proves how much he does this club. That is a fantastic block from Matthew Brown.
Yeah, it was
like a dive.
Colleen in the box had a lot of time to chuck it down. It's a great block.
Sort of dived across without any. It was like a goalkeeper dive.
Johnson had dived himself as well then.
Johnson might have saved it, but we'll just give the credit to Matthew Brown.
Yeah, he deserves all the credit for that. Well done, man.
Carline then wins it in the end, flicks it towards Hawkridge. Hawkridge goes down the line, and Clark wins the header. Carline wins it again in the air, and Hawkridge tries to flip it on to right, but Duckworth cuts it out and plays it out to Rodney. Rodney flicks it out to Dooku. Lovely 1-2 between the two of them. Rodney bearing down on goal, gets into the box, tries to cut back, but it's good defending from Gudger. Couldn't bring his man down there. So Rodney goes into Dooku. Dooku, well done, good turn. Pulls on the ball and strikes it from the edge of the box.
Just into the side netting. Not a million miles away. Again, this link-up we've seen between Dooku and Rodney, it's fantastic. Two pacey players, and again on this near side we released Rodney, and
it's a nice 1-2 between the two of them really. And Rodney just couldn't get away from Gudger, who is on the yellow card, so if he'd have got his body in front of that, centre-back would have been in trouble. And
it's a dodgy goal kick as well by Boot, and it's slicked on in midfield, but we do get a free kick for. I'm not really sure.
Clark was sort of just all over Danny Wright there. Danny Wright not happy with Nathan Clark.
Yeah, the ref's not going to book him. I think he did.
Danny Wright also not happy with the referee.
Yeah, no.
A few fingers being pointed at the referee there by Danny Wright. As, he finally got the free kick he wanted.
Just after half an hour played here at the Shea. Still 1-0 to the Shaman.
Chance for both teams really. Probably the best one to fall into the Shaman.
Yeah, definitely.
Solihull did have that good chance from 6 yards out, and the Matty Brown block just in front of Sam Johnson, but now it's Hawkridge, I believe, is going to take this free kick. Floated in towards the back post. Blissett controlled the ball with his hands, I think.
I'm not even sure there, to be fair, Ben.
The referee didn't signal what he'd given the free kick for, whether it's a push or a handball against Blissett, but the number 13 for Solihull was penalised there for something.
To be fair, the deliveries on their set pieces haven't been that bad so far today. Thankfully, obviously.
It's been defended well, really.
Yeah.
As Sam Johnson has this free kick just outside the 6-yard box towards the head of Dooku, flicked on to Rodney, and Rodney, great first touch from the number 35
inside.
Maybe
sandwich there, yeah. And he's rolling over on the floor now.
He's all right,
injured, yeah. Great tackle by Clark. Just on this near side on Danny Wright. Managed to slide in and get the ball, and Johnson then clears after the ball's played back to him.
Really
needed to make that. And again, he wins it in the middle of the pitch, flicks it on, and it only goes as far as Carter, who tries to flick it on down the near side, and Duckworth there again flicks into the middle of the pitch. And it's a bit of ping-pong ball between a few players as they go down the near side.
On this left-hand side goes back to Retford, and the ball in isn't great, and who's there again? Nathan Clark to clear away. Rodney tries to spin his man once again. It's a good tackle from Gudger. And it's all to Story on the edge of the box. Blissett in the box. Takes a step over and steps away from Duckworth. Goes out to Hawkridge. Puts the ball into the box. Headed away by Clark and Barrett. And now Kozolo can run it clear. Fast-paced game, this, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, I know.
Starting to run out of breath at times.
Yeah, should have wrote your walk. As Kozolo runs on the far side, it's a decent tackle.
By Leaborn, just to slow the game down a little bit, and then Joe Scars.
Let us catch our breath. He must have heard us.
Scars then back to Brown.
I think they'll be happy to just keep the ball for a tiny little bit here.
They're going to prove you wrong.
Calm it down. Yeah, we're going to play on this near side down score. Just you watch. Is it Trad play? Duckworth down the line, but hooked away. Duckworth again there. Good defender from Duckworth.
And Narmar floats the ball forward towards Dooku, controls it on his thigh, and uses Rodney as a decoy and goes infield to James Barrett, who absolutely batters the referee. The referee has been absolutely flattered by James Barrett, and he's lying on the floor. He can't get back up. James Barrett just going over to apologise to the referee.
Yeah.
Solihull players.
The physio's coming on, the town physio's going on to the referee now. That did look quite nasty, to be fair. I mean, some people, you know, it's always humorous when a ref sort of gets hit. Some people find it funny, but
yeah,
this looks kind of serious in honesty. And that's the fourth official, I believe, warming up now that will take.
I think he's had a good game, to be fair, so far.
Yeah, he's been very fair to both teams, and it is, like I say, he's just stretching it. It looks like his back or the back of his head is hurt. Yeah.
It wasn't the best positioning from us, to be fair. It's sort of the ball from Dooku, was played infield towards Barrett, who just ran towards the ball, and I don't know how he didn't see him because he just absolutely flattened the referee, James Barrett.
So just on the 35th minute, just while the referee takes some treatment, I'd like to mention it again. Sponsorship is available for the new home shirt for next season. You can contact Ben Bottomley on 07967949777, or you can email benbottomley@fchalifaxtown.com.
Referee is back on his
ref's up and he's getting a round of applause. I'll give him a little clap here, which is fair play.
He's back on his feet.
It looks like he's going to stay on as well.
I hope he puts James Barrett for that. Now they shake hands and laugh about that. To be fair, I'm not sure the referee was laughing because it looked like he was in serious pain. But he's back on his feet and looks like he's going to be all right to carry on.
He'll get some ice on that half time and he should be fine. He's just twisting his neck foot, I think.
Funnily enough, it's not the first injury to an official I've been on when I've been on commentary this season at Barrow. Earlier on in the year, I think it was the linesman that went down injured. We had a big stoppage in play there and changed an official. And fortunately, this time the referee doesn't have to go off. Dooku just knocks him back to goalkeeper Ryan Booth after I would say comedic event in the game, but I'm sure it wasn't funny for the referee. So
I wouldn't like that. So it happened to me. I think I made a week of it. So. As it is, played long again from the kick, but cleared away.
Good job he wasn't in the stand. I wouldn't have had a lot of sand in his hair.
Exactly, I've been working with him. It took me ages to make that little sandpit.
As the ball comes forward from Solihull, Carline flicks it on, but it's away by Clark. There's a loose touch from Daly, but
well, again, it's just missed Costello looking into the tackle. If he made contact, that would have been a foul, but he sent it long and Blount there to clear it. Well away on the far side for I was going to say a throw-in, but it's kept in
Barrett
play.
keeps it in, and Blissett tries to step away from Scars. Scars fouls it. I thought it was a good tackle there from Joe Scars. So the linesman put his flag up. I don't think the referee was going to give it.
Yeah, that's true. It went on for a couple of seconds after until he glanced over to the lino. So on that far side, it will be a free kick for Solihull. And a wee bit of apologies for the wind again.
It's good to see, though, there. Just as Solihull had the ball on the halfway line, any loose touches that was good to the pressure, Rodney, Costello, Barrett, all trying to force some sort of mistake. But now it's going to be Solihull have a chance to put the ball into the box, and it's Carter standing over it with Hawkridge, I believe.
Just keeping an eye on Storer there. He's on his own, more or less. I think Duckworth's keeping an eye on him, but he's also looking for the players on the bench.
It's going to be Carter swinging in towards the back post. And
too much to the back post.
Headed by... I can't quite see who headed that.
That was Clark.
Liam Daly headed it onto the back of Clark's head.
The town fans behind the goal thought it'd gone straight out for a goal kick, but they do get the corner on the near side this time.
Gary Hawkridge should take. Obviously has won this league before with Lincoln City.
Yes.
He's going to swing the ball into the box. Go towards the back post. Sam Johnson does very well. Go quickly, Sam Johnson. Cosmo wants it quick and delays a little bit, but does go up towards.
Not a bad ball, and it's being handled there, but it's dropped over the top. Flicked on by Dooku, but
Barrett then retrieves the ball, tries to step away from Rexford. He's likes to defend with his hands at the moment. Jamie Rexford, well cleared. Clark gets it up to Barrett. Good play from the Halifax number 18. Flicks the ball over the top towards Rodney. He's got it. Tries to go round the keeper.
Come off well off his line. It's crossed into the box. So it's not the worst crossover, but no one's there. And it's come out. The town fans are asking for a shot there. He palmed it down, playing down the near side again through Rodney, who tries to cross it in. Just cleared away.
So sort of mad passage and play there. But, the ball broke through from James Barrett. Looked like the keeper's boot was going to make it before Rodney got there, but Rodney did get the first touch and he was forced very far wide. His cross wasn't the best and it was cleared away by a Solihull man. As Rodney wins the throw-in down by the corner flag, which Duckworth will trot forward to take. About 5 minutes to go until half-time, so there'll be a little stoppage in play from the referee's injury. Duckworth with a chance to throw here. Not much movement as Coslow pulls away from his man, just as I say that. Let's get the ball in the box and wins the corner.
We've been better side, would you say, Ben?
Oh, yeah. I think Solihull haven't been bad.
No.
They've had a few chances, but I think the defensive work so far of Duckworth and Clark and Brown especially
as we said, it's 26 points difference before this game, and so
you can't really show them the difference.
Yeah, exactly. There's a corner.
Barrett's going to take this one instead of Stars, and it looks like it's going to be an outswinger. As he lines up to take to his right foot, floats it towards Brown at the back post, nods it forward towards Thornton, but makes falls to Dooku. He does keep it in play, but away from goal.
Yeah, he flicked it up. I think he just tried to flick it back into the box, but he flicked it up in the air and
Duckworth lets it run out of play for a throw-in right on the halfway line in front of Jamie Fullerton.
He'll be delighted, of course, with this so far.
Yeah, it's been a good performance from the Shaman so far. High intensity, lots of work rate. As once again, Flowers is telling Duckworth that he took the throw-in from the wrong position. Play continues. Staunton nodding it forward towards Dookie, but it's headed away by a Solihull man, and then again by Hawkridge, and Wright tries to play it back to Story. Gudger just launched it forward.
Yeah, Costello put pressure on that again, which forced him to do that, and Brown picked it up. He let it go for a throw-in.
Brown just lets it run out for a throw-in on this near side. Maybe could have gone quick down the line.
Yeah, no, I think now they can try and pack us in here, Solihull, so.
But maybe he's just trying to slow the game down a bit.
Yeah.
I think Duckworth was quite high up the pitch, so if a mistake was made, and the right that wasn't there to cover him. As Duckworth throws down the line towards Mark, Carter wins it in the air, but it's only out for another Shaman throw-in.
Yeah, come off the head of Carter there. Did well to win it against Staunton. Sorry.
Again, Duckworth goes down the line towards Dookie. Dookie flicks it on and goes out of play for a throw-in to...
Yeah, Duke and Rodney were bunched up again on this near side, trying to look for a quick break, I imagine.
The ball goes back to Ryan Boot in the Solihull goal, and Dookie just jogging towards him to make him take that hit. Brown wins it in the air ahead of Blissett once again, and goes all the way back to the Solihull defence. Now Carter can pick the ball up in the middle of the pitch, goes out wide to Vaughan. Vaughan with a chance to look up and get the ball into the box, does so towards right, but Clark's challenging with him, and Brown just shepherds Carline away from the ball, and the ball falls to Johnson, who's released it quickly towards Costello on that far side.
So it looks exciting when Costello's on the ball on a break, and just as I said, he's giving the ball away, and then, oh no.
Dukie's gone down off the ball there. Maybe
he just intercepted it as well and flicked it out.
He's alright, he's signalled to the referee, it's fine. I think you could see there from the Solihull defence, Costello was running at Lee Vaughan, and Carter instantly got over there to help him out there. They've realised that Costello's a threat when he's on the ball, and they dealt with him quite well there. And Costello flicks it back to Scars, who goes down the line towards Dooku. Well done in the air and blocks the clearance, and Dooku running into the box, gets to the byline, tries to get it in towards Rodney, but
it's cleared it. Did it clear it there? Oh, it did go for a corner, yeah. Just trickled out, and then Storage cleared it away, but the referee has given the corner in. Again, very quick on the break, Halifax.
Yeah, good.
The only really man in the box was Rodney.
Mar was getting there, but he was sort of on the edge of the box, so there wasn't really one to aim at. And Dookie, fantastic work once again. They're closing down the Solihull defenders, blocked the clearance, and was bearing down towards goal. Looked like he maybe had run it a little bit.
Yeah.
But they've won a corner, so here it will come from Joe Scars, I believe, has taken it, floating away from goal towards Matty Brown again. Rises, but it's won by Liam Daly.
It's a bit of a silly foul, to be fair.
And then Carter is bundled to the floor by Narmar, maybe just to stop any counter-attack. It's a bit of a tactical foul there from the Halifax number 31.
It was soft, like we say, but the referees are going to always give them.
Yeah, Carter certainly wasn't happy with the foul. He's having a few words with Narmar. And
it's like going for Bliss again, the big man up front.
Again, Staunton wins it. And falls to Carter. Carter towards Carline. And Clark and Staunton getting their feet in a mess. And it's falls to Carline again. Flicks away from Clark and finds Carter. And no composure there from the Solihull number 8. Had so much more time than he thought.
Yeah, I know.
Just sort of stuffed his shot and it's into the hand of Johnson as the...
yeah, there's a bit of a mix-up between Duckworth, I think, and Clark. They both went in on one play, released the ball through, but again, it's a bit about, from a Solihull point of view, they've been very disappointed with their efforts today, which, you know, is great for us.
Yeah. As the fourth official holds the ball at 3 minutes of added time, and Coslow and Barrett tried to get out from defence. There was a quick 1-2, but unfortunately, the second pass runs out of play, and Noamar can have it in the middle of the pitch. He looks long for Dooku. The ball that's enticed Ryan Booth to come out of his box and gets there ahead of Dooku and is smashed out of play. And, sure, which manager? I'd say which manager? Jamie Fuller's definitely going to be the happier defence.
Yeah, definitely.
He's seen his side play well so far. And, going 1-0 up. So, well, we hope 1-0 up, still 2 minutes or so to play.
I'll hold you responsible now. This ball is played by
now.
Yeah, on the near side. We've launched it long again towards right, but Clark's there to head away, as ever.
And Rexford going to take this throw, or is he going to leave it to the long throw of George Carline instead? Maybe one more chance in this half to get the ball into the box from the away side. And Carline goes in towards, can't quite see who it was in towards, but Clark won it, and then Marr headed away. Dooku's clearance isn't the best, but he gets a second bite of the cherry, and this time smashes it up towards Vaughan on the halfway line. Vaughan's ball back in towards Hawkridge, is headed away by Duckworth. Carline can't reach it, but gets it on the second time of asking. Switches it to Vaughan. Vaughan then with plenty of time in the centre circle, just bringing it forward. Goes out towards Hawkridge on this near side. Closed down by Duckworth. Hawkridge brings it back towards the halfway line, and Rodney's closing down, and then Derek can head away. And Gudger then puts it back towards box. Halifax under a bit of pressure here, but defending well.
Come on, boys. Take it in at half time.
Hawkridge's header is cleared away by Kozlow.
Well away as well, up to the front, and he's took a knock there, Rodney.
Gudger and Rodney just sort of met. Just sort of ran into each other.
Yeah, he's holding the back of his spine there.
Back of his spine? The bottom of his spine.
The bottom of his spine there. He's on the floor again there, Rodney.
Putting himself about is the Halifax number 35. The ball goes in towards the Halifax box again. Matty Brown misses the ball, but Joe Scars can volley away. And Story tries to put it back into the box, flicked on by Carter, and then by Wright, and Matty Brown can bring it clear and give it to Kozlow. Kozlow under...
Oh, that's a high foul, Kozlow. Kozlow needs to calm himself down here, because... No, Kozlow needs to calm himself. That was a really high put by Bowen on Kozlow, just in the middle of the pitch, and Koslow's reaction tells you everything. I imagine Kozlow will get booked the way he's reacted. He's been held by the town players now, just to calm him down, but... It's interesting what the referee will do here.
Referee being spoken
shocking tackle by Lee Bowen.
Head height, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kozlow.
Obviously, Koslow's not the tallest man, but...
Yeah,
sent off. Straight off.
I mean, couldn't really have done anything about... Like, referee had no other option, really. He's going to... I think Matty Brown and Kozlow obviously really good friends, and Matty Brown did run across quite quickly, to help out his teammate, and... sure you can hear there Lee Vaughan receiving a few boos.
Shaking his head. Sure he's not shaking his head at the decision. I imagine it would be his own decision, and you can hear what the fans thought of that tackle as he just walks towards the tunnel, and it's a terrible tackle. Kozlow, in the end...
Koslow's holding his shoulder, so that proves where the tackle... It was studs up on the shoulder.
Disgusting tackle, but hopefully if Koslow's not hurt, then it probably goes into the favour of town.
No Halifax players booked there, so that's... They didn't react as bad as we thought. And
what a first half for the Shed. We're underway for the second half. They launch it long, headed away, and Kozlow will try to flick it on. Looking for Dooku, snuffed out in the middle of the pitch. And happy to play it to this near side to Carleen, who launches it long, looking for Wright. He flicks it back, no one's there. It's cleared away at the second chance.
I think the Shaman have got to expect an absolute onslaught.
Yeah, especially aerially, I'd expect.
Yeah, a lot of pressure is going to come from Solihull in this second half. I feel there's been a kind of big talking to from Flowers at half time, and
just as Costello nearly slide tackled Flowers trying to get the ball on his near side, he did clear it up, but it will be a throw-in for Solihull.
Which Carline's going to take. Just in front of his manager, telling them all to go towards the box. So it goes long down the line, looks for Blister. Scars wins it, and going to try and stop him from going out from the corner. He does, and hooks it down the line, over the head of Carline. But Daly clears up and smacks it back towards the box. Brown and Wright challenge in the air. Narmar's back pass is a bit dodgy, and Clark does reach it, and gets it away. And
Wright was looking for Blister there, but snuffed out well. Costello again looking to drive. He skips past one player, shoved to the floor. I don't know why that is Carline is appealing there, because he did shove him. Costello was doing a bit of a sarcastic pat on the back, I think, maybe. But
Costello just knocked the ball round him, ran the other way, and Carline just
yeah, exactly. I don't know why we can appeal any other way.
It's never not going to be a foul there, is it? And Joe Scars was chance about 10 yards inside the Solihull Moors half, just in front of James Fullerton, who swings ball in towards the box. Matty Brown, Nathan Clark and Josh Staunton all at the back post. But in it comes. Clark wins it, heads it back towards Dooku. Dooku tries to nod it down. Corner. And it's blocked by Carline and out for a corner. Again, Carline complains. Just literally hit him in the back and gone out. So
come on, Shearman.
It's always going to be a corner kick, which Scars is going to deliver again. Again, I assume he's going to aim towards Clark. And Brown
just making a bother himself there on the line.
Yeah,
it's being hooked there. They're hooking each other there. Is it? Tuku and
it comes Barrett on the edge of the box.
Oh, well over. Urged to shoot. He had a right to take it on, but
set up nicely for him. Really didn't let James Barrett about 25 yards out, but he sort of leant back as he hit the ball, and then it's fell into the south stand there. And it'll be a goal kick for Ryan Boots.
Been a fairly busy man this afternoon, of course, Boot.
Yeah. Hasn't really made that many saves.
No.
The chances that the Champion have had have sort of hit the side net and has gone just wide. So we haven't really seen what he's about so far. His kick is won by Nathan Clark, and Rodney controls it. Rodney then steps away from Carter and just offloads it to Duckworth. Duckworth's going to try and keep that in play on the far side. Does so. Goes infield to Staunton. Staunton gives it back to Duckworth. And then Duckworth
wants to. A nice ball.
The line
too much.
Towards Dooku, but
decent idea.
Back to Ryan Booth. Again, showing controlling things in the middle of the park.
Bromley just gone 3-0. No,
that was in the first half. Yeah.
Flushed up then.
As James Barrett heads the ball against Carline, and Joe Scars has a throw in right in front of Cloud, just inside his own half. Joe Scars is looking down the line towards Dooku. Dooku telling Cosmo to get behind him for this flick on. And, goes over the head of Dooku and Carline, and Daly tries to clear it, but it's up towards Narmar. Narmar beaten in the air by Hawkridge. Duckworth tries the long diagonal towards Costello. But
wasn't the worst ball you'll ever see, to be fair.
The direction was a little bit off.
Yeah.
And it went back to a boot instead of towards Costello. And the kick towards Blissett, who's the nephew of former England international Luther Blissett, Nathan. And Scars clears that away. Staunton then sallies on the ball, and fortunately for the number 6 in front of the defence, he's fouled by Blissett.
Yeah, just a bit of a trip. Nothing malicious in it at all.
Yeah,
just caught him.
Didn't really have many options there on there, did he, Josh Staunton? Sort of didn't know where to go. Tried to step over the ball and sort of got his feet in a mix. Fortunately for him, Blissett fouled him. Johnson's going to take this free kick. Goes very long. Over the head of Carline. Was towards...
Oh, he's dropped it. The keeper's dropped it. I'm not sure. It didn't look like there was a foul there. The keeper's holding his stomach area. But
I think he fell on the ball, to be fair. Rodney and Boot there just jumped up to win the...
Yeah, I think he injured himself when he dropped it, perhaps, then the key there, but you can hear what the Town fans think. It would have been a great opportunity to score then.
He seems fine, doesn't he, Ryan Boot? But maybe just covering his blushes there. And then do the Halifax fans complaining that Boot's taking the free kick from the edge of the box rather than
more than towards the 6-yard box, but
gain a few yards there, Boot. But referee lets him take the free kick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway because Brown wins it well.
And Barrett then turns on it. He's going to release it.
It's a good ball.
Oh, he was offside there to Manny Duke.
Yeah.
Maybe just expected the ball a little bit earlier from James Barrett.
Yeah.
But,
again, the runs down these near sides are a danger. And a lot of Halifax fans coming for that ball to be moved back in.
You can see there, though, where the linesman is compared to where he's taking the free kick.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. He's taking it a long way in front there. He's moving it back now to the line.
Back 10 yards.
And again, he's still not putting where the linesman is.
A lot of Halifax fans not happy with that, but eventually he gets it into the right position. He's going to put the ball into the box by Carl Storer.
Headed away.
Back in by Carline, again headed away by Clark. Now Duke is going to try and retrieve it. It's well dealt with by Hawkridge, who knocks it back to his centre-back, and it's flicked on into the Halifax box.
Round did clear. It looked like he might have made some connection with Wright there, but he's straight back up to try and contest with Duckworth, who turns his man well.
Fantastic free kick
it
with Duckworth. Goes on towards Rodney. Well cut out by Carl Storer, who's just filling in for the centre-back. I'm not sure which centre-back stayed up the field. I believe it's Liam Bailey. But Narmar tries to flip it forward towards Coslow. Boots has to leave his area to beat the Halifax number 7 to the ball.
It just fell there to it was a bit of a dodgy touch, and then the judge foul, and Coslow was not happy with that. He's just apologising actually.
This time he's got the free kick close to where the halfway line where he wanted the first one, and it's going to be Carl Storer again to take it. Bailey and Gudger at that back post. In it goes. Brown and Clark jumping with Bailey. It's knocked back to the edge of the box, and Carter then out wide to Hawkridge. Hawkridge looks to swing the ball into the box. Won by Gudger, but it's miles wide of the target, and Johnson just lets it roll out of play for a Halifax goal kick. To be fair to Solihull, I think they've started this half better than they were in the first half, and they've got 10 men, so sometimes it does spur you on a bit, doesn't it, having that man down.
Exactly, they haven't been sort of so much beat down by this, but again, Halifax, we haven't been complacent. We've kept the same work rate and pressure, trying to get that extra goal that would surely win it for us, I imagine.
So Blissett and Story combining in the middle of the pitch. Blissett then goes out wide for Hawkridge. Hawkridge cuts away from Rodney. Tries to dink it forward up towards Wright. Wright nods it down to Storer. Storer then out towards Carline on this near side. Swings the ball in towards Wright. It's over his head, and Blissett can control on his chest, hit the volley.
It's a tame volley. It's a difficult chance. I mean, Clark and Duckworth were both there with him.
It was straight at Johnson, really, wasn't it? It was quite a difficult one to control, the sort of head height of the volley.
I think he might have even expected Wright to try and have a go at that, but Wright left it. And he got an on-target effort. But again, tame, thankfully, and
Dooku wins the ball off Daly in the middle of the pitch, gives it to Rodney, who hits it on his left foot.
And it looks like a clearance, that, to be fair, from Rodney, but
you can tell he's not left-footed, and it goes well wide, well high, and Scott Quigley, who's warming up at the moment, is actually laughing at that.
He's going to give him some stick for that later, isn't he? That's going to stick in his mind.
No, they're good pals, Dante Rodney and Scott Quigley, and Scott Quigley is warming up, having a bit of a laugh at Rodney for that shot there.
He's still smiling.
But it's a goal kick to Ryan Boot, who was beaten in the first half by a Manny Duku effort to make the scores 1-0. Goes long, and Josh Staunton wins it in the air, sort of pushed in the back as he wins it, but referee sees nothing wrong with that, and it's out for a throw-in to Carline. Carline then using his long throw just away, just to the right of the away dugout. He's going to try and launch this one into the box from here. See Halifax missing their long throw-in specialist in Ryan Sellers, who is away to see a consultant about his injury, and it's headed away, and then Narmar clears further. It's a fantastic clearance to Narmar, and tell you what, Alex Gudger was he was off balance when he made that clearance, and if he hadn't have made it, Rodney was through on goal. But now Blissett has it up in an
again, they're looking to apply pressure. Carlin with another cross.
Gets it into the box, and Duckworth heads away, but only as far as Hawkridge, who just backed off his man. Hawkridge then swings it in towards the back post, and Scars is
well done. Did well there to
tell he's an experienced
man,
can't he?
His awareness not to panic and just chest it to Johnson.
He's not got a lot of space, a lot of pace as Joe Scars. He's got a good positional awareness.
Good defensive fullback.
Yeah, good positional awareness, and he just chested that one back to his goalkeeper.
Former Derry and Rotherham player. Scars, plenty of experience in the football league.
Yeah, of course you want to mention Rotherham there.
Exactly. Yeah, I've done myself in as a Miller.
And the long clearance from Sam Johnson is nodded out of play, and Duckworth can take it on the far side. So we're approaching the 15-minute mark in this second half. Halifax still leading 1-0. Duckworth throwing down the line towards the goal scorer Dooku. Tries to flick it on towards Rodney, but
it was difficult
on his heels there, wasn't he? He's not near that one.
So I'd say we talked about the pitch, but it doesn't appear to have impacted the game very much at all, to be honest. Obviously, there's been a few long passes across that very sandy area that it's took a little block of it. It's not really affected play very much at all, which is good. We know we had some of the players were looking at it earlier ahead of the game.
The long kick from Boot is met in the air by Staunton. Then Scars can go long down the line. Dooku is beaten to it by Carline. Carr then has a chance to find Blissett. And Blissett just steps away from Coslow, knocks it back towards Carline, but Sora intercepts and tries to play it down the line towards Hawkridge.
It for his own man, but it's put too much on that.
Again, good defending from Matty Brown.
Maybe he should have left it to Carline to have another cross.
Jamie Tillett just having words with the goal scorer Manny Dooku at the moment. Just tending to, not sure what there's a few hand gestures, maybe getting behind signal or.
Yeah, Costello's come right up as well here, just behind Daly. So of course stood offside as the way for his goal kicks were put in. Played on.
Dawson goes long towards Dooku. Dooku tries to win it in the air, but Carline does. And Hawk is flicked on towards Blissett. Blissett then on the chest steps away from Barrett.
Wells cut inside.
Then feeds Rexford on the far side. Rexford then attacking from left back, gives it to Hawkridge. Hawkridge with the ball into the box towards right. Fallen to Dora, and his touch isn't the best. Maybe wasn't expecting Blissett in front of him to miss it, and his control has bounced over the bar. And believe Solihull Moors are going to make the first substitution of the game here. 59 minutes in, and it's going to be Jermaine Hilton who's going to enter the field of play. Number 19, Danny Wright, to go off. That'll be Jermaine Hilton to come on for Danny Wright. You mentioned Hilton before the game. What's he got in his locker? What have we got to look out for?
Yeah, he's their joint top scorer. So I mean that speaks for itself. Obviously they've got a plethora of goal scorers this Solihull side. So yeah, I think he had no option here. Flowers to make an attacking change. Obviously being a man down, we've got to chase the game really hard. It's a mountain to climb, and hopefully Hilton won't be up to his usual goal scoring exploits for the shame. And I'm sure Jamie will have drilled into defenders the threat that he can pose.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone over to the left-hand side, and he's got the ball here off a Blissett flick, and tries to put the ball into the box that Brown clears away.
Another high pot against Costello. He is appealing. It wasn't malicious like the first.
Cleared away by Barrett though, and Dooku's going towards Rodney. The Rodney throw on goal. He's got the man for company. Fantastic recovery tackle from Liam Daly. The ball was bouncing up.
Well, he's down holding his head here. It looks like.
I think he's given a goal kick, the referee.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it didn't take a deflection and Rodney just put that.
Or he's given a free kick against Rodney, but Rodney was ahead of his man. So not quite sure with that one. The referee.
But it's a good ball again into Rodney. He did well to control the ball with the head for himself there, not putting too much on it.
Yeah, so Dookie just flicked on, didn't he? Rodney was running onto it, but it's bouncing up at his waist, and he couldn't really get the pace to get away from the defender, and it was a good recovery tackle from Daly. Thornton wins the ball in the air. Dooku comes back to win the ball off Carline, and it's a throw-in for the number 12 for Solihull. Goes long towards Blissett, who eases away from the ball, and then Joe Scars fouls Terry Hawkridge just on the
still just
edge of the pitch.
We don't want to be giving away too many of these silly fouls now.
Yeah, we know Carter's got a good delivery on him. They've got big men in Blissett,
exactly.
Dudger.
Hilton's come on now as well.
Daly, that's going to pose a threat from set pieces. And it's a dangerous position, really.
Yeah, and with 10 men, I think you look to utilise set pieces even more. They've committed a lot of them forward. The only man really back for them is Rexford.
So yeah, it's going to be Carter to take it. Everyone in blue inside the box. Swung in towards that back post. Well met in the air by Josh Staunton, and now the Shaman can break with Kozolo on the far side. And Suki as well.
It's a good ball. He timed that really well, and he saw it just in front. He had to head that away. But
good starting position there from Ryan Boot. It's a fantastic ball from Kozolo.
Obviously, some of the fans were calling for it a bit earlier then, but I think he timed it really well, to be fair. I think if he'd have played it too early, then the defender would have snuffed it out, obviously. Just in front.
Hilton has the ball on his right-hand side, running at Joe Scars. The quick player is Jermaine Hilton. Tries to put it back
well clear
towards Blissett, but steered away from Staunton. He's had a good game so far. Carline has a chance to throw it. Goes in field to Carter. Carter tries to step away from Rodney, but he's tackled, and unfortunately for Rodney it falls to Daly. Carter's on the ball again, steps away from Zuku, gives it to Hawkridge, but Hawkridge can't quite control the pass.
To the right of the town fans.
And goes out of play for a Joe Scars throwing on the near hand side. Scott Quigley still warming up for the Shaman, so we might be seeing him later on in the afternoon, as we're just over the hour mark, sorry. So Joe Scars takes the throw and goes down the line towards Zuki. Zuki just sandwiched between two men in red. Comes down the line towards Hawkridge, and Thornton just heads it over him. Carline then to take this throw in. Going to wind up, and Quigley's come back to the bench. He's taken his bib off, so I'm sure we'll be seeing him in a matter of minutes. As Blissett looks to control his hand, but it's actually his chest. And into Hilton inside the box. Hilton trying to step away from Barrett and Brown. The two of them combine well to stop Hilton getting anywhere closer to the goal. And Brown knocks it out for a throw in. And the centre back's going forward to get on the end of this.
You can see how I've got one of the best defensive records in league. Yeah, the shepherding of plays is great.
Yeah, the experience back there, the knowledge of what to do in a situation like that is second to none from the Halifax defenders. We're going to be George Carline to throw this one in. Long it goes, and Nathan Clark wins the header. Then Barrett flicks it away from Hawkridge, but he can't quite make it.
Oh, well done.
Duku nicks it off Hawkridge. And it's 5 on 3 here for the Shaman. Duku plays it outside of the ball pass across to Kozolo. Kozolo takes touch and compares to Barrett. Oh, good save by Boot. And it's gone wide.
Duku.
He gets back in, but a good recovery tackle from Gudger, and unfortunately the Shaman couldn't capitalise on that counter-attack there.
Solihull tried then just to counter it, but they only had 2 minutes.
Duku stayed down though inside the penalty box, and Solihull continued to play with Hilton until to Sora. Sora with a long ball forward looking for Blissett, but headed away by Clark once again, and Rodney controls it.
Quigley looks to be coming on as well, just as they battle on that far side.
Yeah, Duku's probably going to be the man to come off. He's still on the floor. He's only now getting back to his feet. And he's limping back.
The pressure's on there.
To put pressure on his
That would have been a Carlisle-esque goal the way he ran behind the player on the ball.
The Halifax men pressing really high here. Staunton pressing on Gudger. He has to go long, and Clark wins it in the air, but it's fallen to Hawkridge. Hawkridge flicks it over the head of Mars towards Hilton. Hilton then takes a shot from 25 yards and then goes outfield to Rexford. Rexford will try to put it in, doesn't, goes to Hawkridge. Hawkridge then delivers towards the back six. Scars flicks it away. It's going to fall to a man in red. Keeps it in play to Stora, the captain. Goes infield to Carline. Carline back to Stora, who plays it into Blissett. Blissett tries to play it back to his captain and has cleared up more than out from Scars. Back into the box. Headed away by Clark over the head of Carline. He's going to go and retrieve the ball.
Yeah, Kozolo just tried to get it there and he just played it short.
Carter flicks the ball, looking for the ball around the corner towards Hawkridge, but Scars interception gives it to Kozolo. Kozolo then trying a long flat ball.
Just a bit anxious to get it away there.
Rodney, and it's intercepted by Daly. Shaman can't really get hold of the ball at the moment. So Quigley's been standing on the touchline for a couple of minutes now, waiting to come on. Rexford has it on the far side, throws down by Narmar, and goes infield to Carter. Apologies if you can hear the wind at the moment. He goes forward to Hilton, but he can't quite control the ball, and Stornham steps in front of him. And Hilton tackles him, and it goes out of play for a goal kick.
Finally, the sub can be made.
And finally, Quigley can come on, as he just said.
He's on the floor again at the far side there, Dooku, which...
Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, he's had a good game, really, the tall striker.
Still on the floor, and the physios had to come on, actually. Just while we do have this brief break, then there was a contest in the match programme in the manager's notes. Jamie Fullerton's girls, was it, that have put 2 words into his manager's notes. So if you find those, they are sport related.
Just let us know on Twitter, and the winner will be announced very shortly of that competition. And Dooku leaves the field with a standing ovation from everyone here. Okay. Certainly had a good game, hasn't he?
Yeah. No, nothing to critique there at all.
He's not stopped running all game, apart from when he's lying on the floor. But
that's what he thought. Quickly gives him a nice double high five and runs onto the pitch.
Nice.
I think Costa was just having a conversation with the ref there, maybe about some challenges or something.
Nice hug there
talking to the ref.
from Dooku and Jamie Fullerton. And obviously appreciative of what his striker has done today. Johnson's long kick is towards Quigley, gets his first touch with a flick on towards Rodney. Rodney then knocks it back to his new strike partner. Quigley then plays a nice ball over the top towards Rodney. He's turned away from Rexford. We've got Rexford for company though. Needs to find someone, tries to swing it in towards Quigley, it's cleared away and Carter can control it. And then Rexford gets red once more. Bissett then controls it, and Narmar ducks down low to win that header. Does well to do that, and Duckworth plays up to Rodney. Rodney back to Mar. Mar infield to Cosmo. Cosmo back to Mar. Good football from the Shaman here, just as George says that. Duckworth goes infield to Cosmo. Cosmo dinks it in towards...
Oh, no one there though.
Over the head of Quigley. No one at the back post. It's good football from the...
Exactly, accurate passing as well, just until the final ball, so everyone's feet.
The home side. It's nice to see that, especially on this wobbly pitch really, and the long ball headed by Matty Brown, not out, more out of play, and Braintree have got one back against Bromley, and so have Harrogate. They've pulled one back against Barrow. 2-1 to Barrow against Harrogate. Full one to Bromley, so Bromley have scored another one, to full one there. Bromley against Braintree. Carline's long throw and comes into the box. Brown heads away, as he does so often. Hawkridge retrieves it. Tries to step away from Barrett. It just goes back to scorer. He's got time to pick a ball into the box. Johnson's interested in that, comes out and catches it though.
Taking his time with this one.
Quigley and Rodney want to go quick. Quigley and Rodney want to go quickly. So a bit of a tongue there, and Johnson just slows play down, and now he kicks long. Easily dealt with by Rexford. Finds Hilton. Hilton trying to step away from Duckworth, good defending from number 2, but Hilton has got away from him. Plays it into Blissett. It's a nice 1-2 from them two. Hilton then steps away from...
Yeah, did well to keep the ball
from Barrett. Good line
again with a diagonal ball that goes straight in the clutches of Johnson, thankfully. It'll be a sound kick, but...
Yeah, Harrogate have just equalised against Barrett. It's 2-2 there. Sam Johnson rolls it out to Matty Brown.
They didn't necessarily want that, and it's... Brown there had to make a quick clearance. He had to kick it off of Storer, who's the captain.
Good pressure really from Storer. Just closed down Matty Brown quickly as Barrett's back pass wasn't the best.
He's just been shoved around there. He's been sandwiched between 2 players. The ball was aimed at him, but
Solihull will try and play the ball down the line towards Blissett. Guard can sweep up and clear. Flicked on by Barrett quickly then just puts off the Narmar. Duckworth on the far side. Can trot forward with the ball. Plays it through to Quigley. Quigley's going to...
tried to slide in to get anything on the ball.
Shoved over by Gudger really, but
yeah, it would have been a bit of a soft one.
Would have been very soft, and just rolled back to the boots instead. Goes long looking for Bliss over the head of him, and Scars challenges Hawkridge in the air, and then swings the ball away, then put back in by Gudger, and Barrett heads out for a throw-in. Solihull have been knocking on the door, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it did. To be fair to them, obviously they have to go for goal because they're 1-0 down.
I think Hilton's been a...
Yeah, and I'd say really they haven't struggled too much with the man disadvantage as well. But yeah, like I said, hopefully Halifax keep this, and we've still maintained the same amount of pressure, made it really hard from as the ball goes into
the box, feed away by Quigley as Brown missed it. Then Narmar gets ahead to it, only as far as Carter out wide to Rexford. Rexford with a ball towards the edge of the box, and Gudger tries to get his tries to direct his header goalward, and it's just wide of that post. I think Cam Johnson did have it covered though.
It looks like it's gone in from our position, the way we're looking at it.
Yeah, just sort of rolled
behind the goal.
The goal is Cameron King, Jordan Preston and Ryan Gonda just warming up for Shaman at the moment.
So Gonda impressed against Dover, I believe,
yeah, he had a few minutes there and he's impressed since he's made his move to the club. Sam Johnson got this goal kick here towards Quigley.
Yeah, his man was just in front of him. Quigley loses out, but it's fell to Scars from that. And Scars with a decent ball up, just trying to avert any danger there, just put under pressure by Hawkridge.
Quigley maybe not as mobile as Dooku. They're sort of similar in height, aren't they? Quigley probably wins a few more in the air, but Dooku's got a little bit more pace than Quigley. But he's a good finisher.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So he's been brought on to try and get that second goal. And Joe Scars was throwing on the halfway line, looking for the head of Quigley. Gets the flick on, but only to Daly. Daly goes on looking for Blissett. Brown challenges him in the air, and it falls to Hawkridge. Hawkridge chips it down the line to Hilton, who's running at Clark. Good defending from Nathan Clark, but Hilton still has the ball. Goes back to Hawkridge. Hawkridge gets the ball in with his left foot, and Sam Johnson
claims
it well, and he's going to go long quickly for the run of Rodney.
I was going to say too much on it, but the way it bounced in that mud, it slowed the ball down, and he's putting
Gudger under
pressure here on the far side now. I think he's looking to just kick it off of Rodney there, and he has done. But I thought that had gone for a throw in then.
Just rolled out
diagonally. Yeah. Good pressure again. We talked about the pressure so much today, but the work rate's been fantastic.
Maybe Cameron King was warming up just below us. I think it'd be good to see him get on. He's good on the ball. He likes to slow the game down and pick that vital pass. And Halifax haven't really got on the ball much in the last couple of minutes, have they?
Yeah.
Long ball towards Quigley.
Go forward again.
Carter's bring the ball forward.
Good tackle.
Clark steps in, net falls to Dora, 35 yards out, plays it forward to Hilton. Hilton round the corner, so Hawkridge. Hawkridge turns away from Kozolo onto his left foot, floats it towards the back post. Carr heads it.
Good. Well, to be fair, I think Johnson did well to catch that fully because it was from close range. Header obviously weren't the most powerful, but
I think it was good work from Narmar though. He was the man that challenged Carter in the air, and the ball could stop Carter getting really any power on the header. Quigley
wins the ball. Carleen, but Quigley runs towards the D, has a very tame shot, and Rodney there, you can hear the fans as well because Rodney was in a bit of space on the other side, but
yeah, maybe he thought, I've just won the ball, I'm going to go for goal here.
It looked like a passive strike, but Solihull do have possession now. Inside the town half, on the far side.
Yeah, with Hilton running a Duckworth. Gone past Duckworth, Hilton goes back outside him, and it's good work from Nathan Clark once again. Just to cover. Michael Duckworth not been beaten many times this game, but when he has, Nathan Clark's been there to sweep up any of the danger. So he's had a very good game once again, and Nathan Clark has all the shots go 2-0 up against Boreham Wood. And Sam Johnson will take this goal kick. I think Cameron King is the man stripped in the dugout.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to come on. And Sam Johnson goes long with this goal kick towards the head of Quigley. Quigley gets in front of his man and knocks it back to Barrett. Barrett then heads it forward. It's only to Rexford, who goes long towards Hilton, one in the air by Clark. Then Carline comes across and plays it forward, but Staunton heads it up to Rodney. Rodney controls it on his chest and then can run it his man. Offloads it to Quigley. Quigley just holding off.
Good strength by Quigley, and he's brought down there, and it's questionable. I know, exactly. It was Rexford who made the challenge on him from behind, and then they've just got a free kick.
Because they just running back and fighting,
having a little nibble.
He's gone in from behind. If he has won the ball, he's gone through Quigley. So anyway, Solihull bringing it forward with Carline on this right-hand side. Swings in a low ball, Staunton dive and heads it away, and Coslow can control it. Just holds it up from Forkbridge and gives it back to Barrett. Barrett looks at the long diagonal for Rodney, but Rodney was running towards the centre-backs rather than away from them, and gone out to play it on the far side. And Cameron King is going to enter the field of play here. So the number 8 is ready to come on, and I think it's going to be James Barrett to come off the pitch.
Yep, it is.
A decent game for James Barrett. So leads the field from a clap from the fans, and
deserves the applause. Everyone's worked hard today, like we've been saying, but I'd say we haven't talked about Barrett too much, but I think that's because he's not made any mistakes, really.
Yeah, he does the dirty work, James Barrett, and he got the assist for the goal. So
exactly. There we go. Good day at the office where it gets high fives from all the benches. King runs onto the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, so a bit more of an attacking midfielder, Cameron King. He can do the defensive work, there's no doubt about it. And Solly will bring it forward with Carter on the edge of the box, hits a volley from 20-odd yards, and Johnson, one for the cameras maybe, just over across. He was never going to get to it. But,
from our angle, the way Johnson dove, I thought he was going on target, but he's just got behind the goal again and hit the back of the net. And
has a goal kick. Probably going to look.
They've not really had any solid efforts this half as such.
Jesus, really
hard. Seems a bit nervy, to be fair, in instances when going for. I mean, especially if you're Solihull, you're going to be anxious wanting to get this goal, and they're just dispatching shots from occasionally tight angles and seeing what can happen. If they get a throw in on the far side.
On the far side with this throw in. And quickly he's just going back in the box to help out, because you know. Carline, who's come over from this right-hand side to go over to take it, is going to launch this one into the box with the throw. In it goes towards, can't quite see who it was, I think it was Storer, and King's first touch, probably not his best touch in a Halifax shirt, as his clearance skews off his boot and out of play.
Trying to make up for it now, putting pressure on.
Yeah, just closing down Storer, who took the throw in.
Yeah, Storer's forced all the way back. Well done, King. He's made up for that now.
Yeah, forced it back.
Quickly putting pressure on the keeper.
And boot goes long towards Blissett. Matty Brown challenges him and wins it. Falls to Carter, who's fully forward, isn't the best, and Sam Johnson can just pick that up. Matty Brown there just hobbling a little bit. Not good to see.
No, that's more than hobbling. That he is clutching
his ankle.
Starting
to move a bit more freely now.
So. Still looking at, he's kind of hopping on one leg as the ball's played forward by Johnson. Falls to Costello in the middle of the pitch. We know he likes to cut inside. He basically plays everywhere, Costello in a game.
Just drops off the Staunton and he finds Stars. He goes down the line looking for Quigley. Good defensive work from Carline.
He's hurt. I think he's hurt his leg there.
Maybe a bit of cramp there from Carline as he stretched to
maybe he's even caught himself. Got a bit of friction burn out. It is his leg. Maybe second bite of the cherry there. Maybe trying to keep it in.
Felt a bit of cramp coming on. And trying to stretch it out instantly.
Just looking at Brown now, he's walking a bit better. He's kind of stretching his right leg.
Trying to walk off. As Yusuf is ready to come on the pitch for Solihull. He's not going to come on just yet. Halifax has the ball in an attacking position with Scars on this near side. Goes into the feet of Quigley. Quigley's just pushed to the floor by.
And the referee's given nothing there.
Dora, but he's not given a free kick, and Solihull switched to play to Rexford on that far side. Rexford then running forward the ball. Rodney doing well, tracking back, just put him under a little bit of pressure as Hilton tries to turn away from Duckworth. Duckworth gives it back to Clark, and Clark can smash clear. And Gudger has the ball, switched it to his centre-back partner, Daly. The two of them were booked early on in the game, but not committed any silly tackles since then, as Clark wins the ball to Quigley.
It looked like he was sleeping a little bit there, Story. The ball was kind of rolling to him. Quigley did well to run in and get it, and the ball's played to Costello on the near side. He had a lot of It was a bit of a bad touch.
Good first touch, but
the
ball just got stuck in between his legs and rolled out of play.
The sub will be made for Solihull. Yusuf again, we talked about him before, one of the joint top scorers for Solihull.
As Yusuf is coming on to the left, James Rexford, so it's a very attacking.
Yeah, they've got to go for now. There's not too long left, is there? About 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, just under 10 minutes. And very attacking substitution with Solihull now with Yusuf, Blissett and Hilton all on the pitch, as well as Hawkridge buzzing in behind them. So
Late shot just keep quickly. Looks to make a wee mistake. But Brown again, fierce in the air, wins it.
Played forward by a Solihull man towards substitute Yusuf. Scars just knocked it out of play for a throw-in. And Carline's going to take it. Boot in the Solihull goal right up on the halfway line, sorry, just inside his own half. As the throw comes in, and Narmar clears it. And it's more of a fantastic pass to Rodney. Oh, he's got it! He's got beyond the man. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. And he's got it! Ryan Boot. 2-0 to the Shaman. Come on, there it is.
We were just talking, you said it was a clearance, and I said it's more of a good pass. I mean, he fell to the floor of the defender more, like trying to battle him. Great strength show, punched past him, and slapped it away to the bottom left.
As every man in blue has come to celebrate with Devante Rodney in the corner of the pitch. I mean, Sam Johnson's in his goal after the drink. I'm sure he's delighted as well.
I'm sure he'll be having a drink after the game as well. Something a bit different, but that's just what we needed now.
Solihull were putting the pressure on. They've put 3 strikers onto the pitch. And we're going to give it to Narmar. It's a fantastic pass. And Rodney just shrugs off, I believe it was the captain, Carl Story.
Yeah, it was Story, yeah. And he kind of like fell to the floor. I think he might have been appealing for a foul there, so looking for that a little. We did so well there.
And like we said in the first half with Zuku's goal, when you've got that much time when you're bearing down on the goal,
yeah, exactly.
Sometimes can be difficult. I thought maybe he's going to just
I thought the keeper was going to maybe knock it out of a bit on the edge. But yeah, lovely finish, bottom to the keeper's right.
He's won it against again. It's 4-3-2 here. Kozlo's bearing down on goal into the penalty box, gives it to Quigley on the far
too much on it.
I think the ball bobbled as
hit the pass. We talked about muddy area. It's on the far side still though.
Quigley gives to Kozlo on the edge of the box. Kozlo turns away from one, gets back into the box.
So it needs to come short for him here. I think Scars has come in, he's recognised.
Kozlo goes to the corner, and that's Hawkridge just
apparently it's not, but
thought that was a foul on Kozlo there. But King keeps it, goes back to Scars. Scars then,
I don't know who was looking for because we're on side there, but again, Mark, the quickness, that's not a word, the pace of the counter-attack again. I can get my words out, and there will be the final substitution, so another
Tyrone Williams coming on for Solihull, and I can't quite see who's gone off. I believe it's Terry Hawkridge.
Yeah, it is, number 24.
Tyrone Williams, the defensive man, has come on, and he's come onto the field, and he's going to pick up quickly. So, damage limitation from Solihull?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it's a bit strange to me that surely you'd want to get a consolation goal, but the way we have attacked them today, it's caused them great problems, and you couldn't have asked for more today from the lads.
Worked hard. Even the men up front have chased every single loose ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And credit to Rodney there. He did chase that ball from Narmar and shrugged off his man and slotted it through the keeper's legs. So 2-0 to the Shaman as quickly sits on the throw-in and can't find Rodney. Carter just loops it forward towards Blissett. Brown wins it and then Scars clears it. So does Brown, because he gets it on his knee and then clears once again towards Rodney.
Yeah, good clearance as well.
Staunton just knocks it up towards Quigley. Quigley thought it was behind Narmar, but he retrieves it well and gives it to Josh Staunton. Staunton, lovely, nice and composed on the ball, gives it to Duckworth. Halifax playing some really good football here as Kozlo just offloads it to Duckworth. Duckworth running down the right-hand side. Holds off the captain Storer.
Foul.
It's absolutely sandwiched between two men in red there, Storer and Carter. Both just run into Duckworth at the same time, and it's going to be a free kick to the Shaman as they're going to make the final substitution of the game. It's going to be Ryan Gondo is going to come on to the field.
Yeah, we talked about him pressing in the previous fixture, and coming off is Matty Coslow's running socks off today.
Yeah, he does
again,
every game, doesn't
he deserves this standing ovation by the majority of the town supporters in all stands today, and he acknowledges that support.
He's loved here, isn't he, Matty Coslow, and he's put in another good performance against him. Couldn't get a goal like he did last week. But
we're thankful he's still on the pitch, because that challenge was really nasty when he was holding his shoulder. That led to the sending off.
But let's see what Ryan Gonda can do here with a couple of minutes to go at the NBI Shea Stadium.
Yeah, it's big greedy. Let's get another one.
Shea leading 2-0. Gonda's actually gone over to the far side.
Yeah, to take the set piece.
See what his delivery is like.
Yeah.
Clark hasn't gone forward, Brown has, and in it comes from Gonda. It's a good ball towards Thornton, but
booted well.
Catches it just ahead, just above Thornton's head, and Hilton flips it on with his shoulder. Very exaggerated movement there from the Solihull number 10. Bliss that tries to break through guard, and sort of just runs into the number 39 on the edge of the box. It's a free kick to Solihull.
Yeah, I'm glad we scored that goal in it, lads. I'd be a bit nervous now with this scenario. Obviously, we talked about Carleen, but did he come off? I'm not sure, but yeah, it looks like
Carter's going to take it.
Yeah, Carter, sorry, that's the one we discussed before. He scored that free kick against Maidenhead. It was a good free kick, so hopefully he can't replicate that.
Him and Storer over the ball. Storer's in front of it, so whether they're going to try a little half stop shoot.
I mean, there's a player behind the wall there. I'm not sure it is trying to make a nuisance of it.
Judger, I believe.
Town players just keep talking to them.
Everyone in blue inside the Halifax box, and here it comes from Carter. They're going to try that little half stop shoot from Carter. There it goes. Carter bend it round the wall. Good save. Fantastic save from Sam Johnson down to his right. Well worked set piece, really.
Yeah, not so much power on it, but the placement was good, and he'd well get down to it. Johnson. It is a corner on the far side.
Carter's going to undertake himself.
Yeah, again, we talked about his deliveries. Let's hope he can't produce some of his best here. It's a low corner. It's a terrible one, actually, as I say that. And
King clears it easily. It's nodded back in by Storer. Narmar gets his header at Wells, who's falling back towards goal, and then it's headed away by Brown. Carter just lets it run out of play on the far side, and looks to take it quickly, but doesn't. Instead, he's going to leave it to, I believe, Carline. As soon as the ball went off, sprinted over to get it. And he's going to launch it into the box with that long throw-in. So in it comes towards the head of Daly, but Clark wins it. King flicks it on. Hilton gets the volley from the edge of the box, and it's taking deflection off, I believe it was Josh Thornton. Couldn't quite see who it was. Gone off for a corner kick, sorry. But Carter will take. Rodney has stayed forward, and he's marked by Carline, but in comes the corner from Carter. It's better this time towards the back post.
Well done, Johnson.
Trains it and just pulls to the floor.
He's not had too much to do today, Johnson, but when he has had to do something like collecting the ball from set pieces, he's
done very well.
He's done a terrific job today. And
even that save,
Carter just about to say that he did well to palm it away so that they could clear it away from the danger. So often you see keepers palm it and it falls back to an opposition player.
King tries to nod it over to Gonda on the far side, but it's played forward by a Solihull man, and Brown comes across to clear. Thornton heads it on to Quigley. Quigley over to Gonda. Gonda's got a chance to run at his man here. See what he can do running it. Gudger cuts inside, runs into
sandwich there. Really. I mean, it was a decent tackle. There were two players on him there.
And Hilton can now run free for Solihull. Just cuts in from Thornton.
Yeah, there's not too much in support, to be fair to say. Solihull are supposedly looking for a goal, and Town has managed to slow them down again. Yeah,
Noah Marr and Josh Thornton doing well there just to stop the counter-attack from Solihull. As obviously it's just gone 2-0 up against Maidstone. And Williams just steps away from Quigley instead, bringing the ball forward, ushering for someone to give him a bit of support. Instead he just offloads it to Carter. He goes back to Daly. Daly can then pump it forward towards Carline. Carline flicks it on as the fourth official holds up 4 added minutes. And the ball's swung into the box by Eustace, and Thornton just diving header to knock it behind for a corner kick.
As 1,563 here at the Shea today. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your continued support, and let us remind you that we have another home game on Tuesday night and another home game next week on Saturday. So plenty of action here at the MBI Stadium.
Let's hope for the same
this week as the ball comes in from Carter. It's headed by Blissett and blocked on the line by, I think, Noah Marr, and cleared away. The scorer goes over to retrieve it, gives it to Williams. Williams trying to step away from King. King putting him under a lot of pressure, and they play it forward to Yusuf. Yusuf held up by Duckworth. Just goes outside him. Good play from Yusuf. He gets to the byline, tries to put a cross in, but Duckworth was there to stop it, and it's another corner for Solihull.
Temperature's just dropped here at the Shea.
It's got a little bit chilly, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I should have brought my coat now. I haven't brought it, but I haven't put it on.
I've got my coat on. I'm still a little bit chilly, to be fair.
That's because you're southern, Ben, that.
True, but we won't talk about that. As Matty Brown is named man of the match here at the end of our stadium. The corner comes in, King heads it away, pulls to Sora on the edge of the box, who drives towards the goal. But, no direction on it, really. And another man of the match was read out there, but I can't quite hear it. Was it Matty?
No, I didn't hear that.
And Sam Johnson has a goal kick. Shame I'm probably wanting this clean sheet more than another goal now.
Yeah, definitely.
We know how good their defensive record is, and we've only
it'll further improve it.
A minute or so to go. You'll be looking that this one will be a 2-0 win. Carline beat King to the ball, and Carter flicks it around the corner towards Yusuf. Yusuf just holding off King. King just doing well to stay with him. Drives it infield to Hilton. Good pass from Yusuf, to be fair. Hilton's got a bit of space on the edge of the box. Noah Marr, Nathan Clark checking him out, but it's falls to Yusuf on the edge of the box. Then to captain Stora. Stora floats it in towards the back post, and good defensive work from Michael Duckworth, and he's won himself a free kick as well inside the 6-yard box. He's just laid flat on the floor. Good, solid display from Michael Duckworth today. He is getting back to his feet. I'm sure he's fine. Just wanted a little breath, didn't he? The referee just checking is right. As Braintree have actually pulled another one back, so they're still losing 4-2 against Bromley, but thrilling game there in Essex.
Another game's just finished 2-2 between Barrow and Harrogate.
Yeah, we'll go through all the scores at the end of the game. Surely can't be long left now.
Johnson
we've played over 3 minutes in my eyes. Sorry, Devontae Rodney was the other man of the match given here today, so it's Matty Brown and Devontae Rodney. Johnson did slip as he kicked that. Still got a lot of distance on it, to be fair.
Just checking his stud there, see if he's reached any of the mother or what have you.
And Hilton has a throw in on the far side. I'm sure he's going to leave it to Carline. And Solihull aren't really making they're not really rushing to get this back underway.
No, I think they just want the game to be over, in fairness.
And Carline
maybe taking the time with it.
Long throw in, yeah. Clark heads away as far as Carter. Carter closed down by King. Uses Sora on the overlap. Sora then whips it in and Staunton heads away.
Well done.
And Halifax can break here if the referee lets them. Quickly driving forward with the ball. Gonda is ahead of him.
Yeah, he gives it to Gonda. We've just seen the ball bobble around, but Gonda's driving into the box.
Gonda gets into the box, touches back onto his...
Good pass to find King on the edge. King shot it. Straight at the keeper.
Straight at the keeper. It wasn't a fantastic... The referee puts the whistle to his mouth, and it's a 2-0 win for the Shea. What a performance.